Hi again, Finca Davidians, friends of Farm of Life. We're going to talk now about the aftermath of Thomas. It seems like a lot of you were really surprised to hear how hard hit we got in this country, 100 inches of rain in 5 days. So I can say that when it happened, tons of roads got washed out and landslides and hillslides. This is an example. This is a bridge in our own community that got washed out, and I'm coming closer to the problem area. Right after the storm passed, there were probably 120 communities in Costa Rica that did not have road access because of washed out bridges and landslides. And this community that we live in was one of those, but what's so beautiful about it, this is why you couldn't pass. You can walk on it, but certainly can't put a heavy car on this road right now. What was so beautiful though is that 2 days after the storm had passed, about 80 different people, men and women in this community, got together and built that. This is our temporary bridge. And about 40 people got together and chopped down these humongous trees, if you can see underneath the logs that are crossing, these massive trees, and dragged them out here, and then another 40 people put this bridge together. And then over the week, they brought in a lot of road rock for us so that there's enough gravel and it's not slippery. And this is our temporary bridge. About a week after the storm had passed, of the 120 communities that did not have road access, all of them had regained road access. And that's Costa Rica. The country responded really quickly, and people, care about one another. A lot of communities came together in strength, and it was kind of exciting to see the unity happen. Also, the country government has pulled together $90 million to spend on road repair, and that basically they use this year's fiscal budget, and all of the different government offices just pulled together their surplus and are contributing $90 million to repairing all the roads in this country. So that at least is what's going on with the infrastructure in the aftermath of Thomas. Hi again. So one of the additional aftermath consequences of the tropical storm is, let me show you right here, is the fruit is not faring very well on the trees. This is generally a very nicely producing papaya, and if you can see, these papaya are going straight from green to rotting and falling off the tree. They're not ripening nicely. We also have had a lot of we've also lost about a third of our banana crop. A third of these massive, they're called racines in Spanish. I think maybe they're called racks in English. They're heavy and they hang on these stalks, and they've fallen to the ground underneath the weight of all the water. And I think the stalks are, just so saturated with water as well that they get weak, and they've all fallen to the ground before they were ripe. And obviously bananas that aren't ripe yet, the sugar's not come into the bananas, so they're not appealing to the mammals. And what's happening is the fruit-eating mammals are hungry, and it's starting to show up. My employee on his father's farm, he says the monkeys are coming to the ground and digging the yucca out of the ground and eating the yucca. Very unusual behavior. Monkeys, it's not safe for them at the ground, so that's very unusual behavior. Also, a neighbor, a kinkajou, which is a mammal much like a monkey, is coming into her kitchen and taking bananas off her counter. Her kitchen, a lot like our kitchen up there, is open air. It doesn't have 4 walls enclosing it, so the animals can come in and out, but they just usually don't. We also have experienced in this kitchen here, the fruit bats are coming in at night, and they've, one evening in particular, they ate the papaya that was on the counter. And we've never experienced the bats coming inside in the evenings to eat the fruit, because normally there's ample fruit in this, fruit orchard that we have here for them and all over Costa Rica. But right now, the mammals are hungry.
This is a promising sign for us in Costa Rica. Rainbows indicate the transition from rainy season to dry season in this case. So dry season's on its way. This rain is gonna slowly fade away over the next few weeks, and it'll be beautiful here again soon.